Hello everyone, I am Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English channel. Now the foreign ministers of Quad nations, they recently met in Washington DC and they came out with a Quad Critical Mineral Initiative. So what is this Quad Critical Mineral Initiative? What it includes, what it excludes, everything relevant we are going to understand in our today's session. Now the notes of these sessions, if you want to download them, they will be available on the Telegram channel known as ATS Live. So what you need to do, open your Telegram app. On the top right hand corner, there is a search bar. So click on it and write ATS Live. You'll find the channel. But if you have problems in locating the channel, you can also scan this QR code. You'll for sure find the channel. Subscribe to it if you still haven't and download the notes. Let us start by understanding the context of what we are going to discuss. Now Quad, which is a initiative by 4 countries, it has launched an initiative to secure supply chains of critical minerals, and this is because of China. Because China currently it controls the supply chain of these critical minerals, and that is why it is expected that in future, as China is doing right now, it can leverage this control and stranglehold other countries in meeting to its demands. So in a direct reference to China, these countries made a statement that reliance on any one country for processing and refining of critical minerals and depending on them to get supplies of goods and services which are made out of these critical minerals, it exposes other countries to economic coercion, price manipulation as well as supply chain disruption, which also puts these countries into economic and national insecurity. So in order to do that, the Quad grouping or the Quad members have come up with an initiative. So in our today's discussion, we'll first understand what is a Quad, how it functions, what was the original intention behind forming quadrilateral grouping, and after that we'll move on to the initiative known as Critical Mineral Supply Chain Initiative. Okay. Now, Quad is a strategic forum of 4 countries. It includes India, United States, Japan and Australia. Now, it was originated back in 2007 by the former Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Shinzo Abe. But soon after, it was lapsed because of the reluctance of Australia to go against China. But in 2017, after China threatened many other countries directly and indirectly in the Indo-Pacific Ocean region, what these countries did that they tried to revive this grouping against China's assertiveness, right? So originally it originated in 2007, but it was revived thereafter in 2017. Okay. Now what you need to understand, the purpose of bringing or forming the Quad is to ensure free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region and also ensure rule-based order, maritime security and regional stability. Now, what used to happen in the middle of the 2010s, that China used to threaten the commercial ships that used to plying around the Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean region. Simply suppose a commercial ship is traveling from port A to port B, Chinese naval ships would try to follow these ships, threaten them indirectly, and after a few nautical miles go away. So this type of a coercive action by China without any provocation made these countries ensure that China is going to be a big problem in future. So that is why they ganged up together to form a quadrilateral security grouping. What you need to understand, Quad is not a military alliance unlike NATO. Rather, it is a cooperation among these countries which stretches not just to maritime security but other areas also like counter-terrorism, cyber-security, supply chain resilience, climate change as well as health sector, particularly after they take initiative in vaccine distribution during the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So this is not a military grouping, it is an initiative which includes cooperation in various different domains, including security related, including environmental related, including economy related, okay? Now, what is the significance of Quad for India? First of all, you need to understand that China is trying to encircle India through its string of pearls theory. So as to counter this encirclement of Indian shores, India is trying to depend on Quad members in helping meeting its maritime security needs as well as other needs. So therefore, joining Quad not just helps India provide a strategic leverage against China, but it also ensures that India is able to ensure its maritime security via conducting joint drills and patrols with other members of the Quad. Similarly, doing so, it boosts regional stability and ensures that rules-based order is followed in the Indo-Pacific region. Similarly, Quad also comes with many economic benefits. First of all, these countries have set up an Asia-African growth corridor, which is a growth corridor in Africa, where India and Japan are collaborating in setting up infrastructure in the African region. Similarly, a Blue Dot network of US-led initiative is there. Similarly, a supply chain resilience initiative is also there to ensure that the supply chain of essential economic goods is not disrupted. Also, during post-COVID era, we saw that many countries were wanting to diversify their production away from China. So this strategy is known as finding an alternative to China, called as China Plus One strategy, and here India plays a very important role. Case in point, Apple iPhones. Earlier, Apple iPhones used to exclusively get manufactured in China, but now a significant chunk of those iPhones, they are also manufactured in India under China Plus One strategy. So this is how Quad not just ensures your security benefit, but it also ensures economic benefits for India. That is China Plus One strategy, right? Now, there are many other Quad initiatives also, so let us take a look at them before we take a look at the Critical Minerals Initiative. First, Quad is started up with a Quad Fellowship, which is essentially funding that is provided to PhD students who are doing their PhD in STEM courses in the Indo-Pacific region. Similarly, Vaccine Partnership and a COVID-19 Global Action Plans ensures stable supply of COVID-19 vaccine. Similarly, to ensure cyber security, there is a senior cyber group. There is also a climate working group which supports climate change resilience as well as adaptation to climate change by providing funding for renewable energy and other climate initiatives. There is also maritime exercise that all these Quad members, they conduct an exercise known as Malabar Naval Exercise. So these are the initiatives that have been there by Quad earlier. Now let us understand the issue that is the core subject of our today's discussion, that is the Quad's Critical Mineral Initiative. Now with this Quad Critical Mineral Initiative, this will strengthen economic security as well as collective resilience of these countries. First of all, these countries will collaborate with each other to secure and diversify critical mineral supply chain. Now, what you need to understand, the supply chain of critical minerals, that is refining, processing and using those critical minerals to manufacture goods and services like rare earth magnets, those are concentrated right now in China. So what these countries want to do, they want to establish similar supply chains in other countries so that they don't have to depend on China. Also, many of the critical minerals, they are also derived from reprocessing of electronic waste. So, Critical Minerals Initiative will also set up recovery and reprocessing plants, particularly to recycle these electronic waste, right? So, essentially, all of this wants to reduce the dependence of these countries on China for sourcing critical minerals and rare earth elements. Now, critical minerals is a big portion which includes many different minerals. So, for India, critical minerals are 30. Similarly, for other countries, there might be some other critical minerals. So, critical minerals is a larger grouping, and in that critical minerals, smaller grouping also includes rare earth elements. Now, the quality about these critical minerals and rare earth elements, that they are very important part of newer technology, and when you have to make newer gadgets, you need to use these items. For example, for manufacturing of semiconductors, to use in electronic items, to use in electric vehicles as well as making jet fighters, you need one or many of these critical minerals and rare earth elements. Now, the availability of these rare earth elements and critical minerals, they are available in major different parts of the globe. But when it comes to refining and processing of these critical minerals, this is an energy intensive and a knowledge intensive process. So all this refining and processing part of the critical minerals, these are concentrated in China. Therefore, China has a significant advantage and lead in this region. Now, when China or any country has a near monopoly over something that every other country wants, it puts every other countries at risk. Why? One country can actually control the supply chain and ensure that they are going to be delivered only to those countries which have good relations with China, right? So therefore, critical minerals is a very important thing. Now, one of the important derivative of critical minerals is the rare earth magnets. Now, rare earth magnets, including magnets like neodymium iron boron magnets, they are very crucial when it comes to manufacturing of electric vehicles. For example, to power these electric vehicles, you require electric motor. Now, when electric motors have these rare earth magnets provide electric motor with the ability to generate strong magnetic field. So the rare earth magnets which are there in the electric motor, they will have higher power as well as they will be more efficient in delivering the power which is required to work EV, right? Now these magnets, they also play a major role in other parts of the electric vehicle manufacturing aspects, like for example power steering system, the motors which power your wiper, the other braking systems. All these ensure the use of rare earth magnets. So rare earth magnets are very important when it comes to manufacturing of electric vehicles, right? Now what happened that once Donald Trump came into power in US, he imposed tariffs on many countries including China. So as a method of resilience or as a method of retaliation, what China did, it imposed restrictions on the supply chain of rare earth magnets and other critical minerals to US, right? This included banning of exports of 7 heavy rare earth elements as well as exports of some critical minerals which US also uses in its military applications, right? So this led to a large scale disruption not just in US but in other countries. So that is why India was also affected by this disruption of supply chain. Particularly the disruption was felt in India's EV manufacturing industries, right? Because I told you, you require earth magnets to manufacture your EVs, manufacture those electric motors that power your EVs. But China imposed certain restrictions on many companies, including the Indian companies. China said that in case if you have to import rare earth magnets from us, you'll need to assure us that you are not going to use those rare earth magnets in military applications. That is why the companies required an end user license. Now many Indian companies, they filed for an application to Chinese government saying that please allow us to import these rare earth magnets and electric motor so that we can keep on carrying manufacturing EV. But China till today has not accepted those applications. So this meant that Indian automakers, they were staring at a shortage of these motors and rare earth magnets, which also has put a setback on their production timelines. For example, the biggest car manufacturer in India, that is Maruti Suzuki, it is planning to come up with own first EV, that is e-Vitara, right? Now the manufacturing schedule of those e-Vitara has been delayed because of lack of rare earth magnets that are available in Indian market, right? So this is how it impacts Indian EV sector also, right? Now, there are other initiatives, not just by Quad, but by other multilateral organizations also to ensure the resilience in the supply chain of critical minerals. For example, G7 summit, which was recently happened in Canada, it also included a critical minerals action plans in which the G7 countries will cooperate with mineral-rich emerging markets and developing countries partners to build capacity, diversify supply chain and foster local value creation so that the other alternatives in manufacturing of these rare earth magnets and critical minerals appear in addition to China. Similarly, there's also an initiative by World Bank known as Resilience and Inclusive Supply Chain Enhancement. Using this fund, the World Bank will provide loans to other countries so that they can also set up their supply chain of critical minerals. Now, G7 countries agreed to provide funding through this initiative by World Bank, right? Similarly, India also started with India's National Critical Mineral Mission NCCM. It has a budgetary outlay of 16,300 crores and this will strengthen India's critical mineral supply chain, first of all by boosting domestic exploration so that India is able to find these critical minerals in mines in India, and if India is not able to find them in India, it can also secure many mines in other countries to mine these critical minerals for the same reason. Similarly, you also need research and development so as to you are able to refine and process these critical minerals. So funding for that R&D activity is also supported under National Critical Mineral Mission, as well as it also incentivizes recycling so that you can obtain these critical minerals even from e-wastage. Now, another aspect that you need to understand is the Trust Initiative. Trust Initiative or Transforming Relationship Utilizing Strategic Technology is an initiative between Indian and US government, and this was signed recently when Prime Minister Modi visited Washington DC in his first meeting with Donald Trump. Now, this agreement, it purely focuses on developing technologies for extraction and processing of key minerals, which includes rare earth element and a very important critical mineral, that is lithium, right? What are the uses of lithium? Please let me know in the comment section. Similarly, even during the earlier US President's tenure, Joe Biden, there was this initiative known as Mineral Security Partnership, which was formed initially by G7 countries and other allies like Australia, South Korea, Finland and Sweden, and India joined this initiative in 2023. And Mineral Security Partnership, you understand, this secures critical minerals for these countries. Now, before giving you the practice question, I have something that I wanted to tell you. especially for the students who are looking to give exams in 2026. We are right now on 5th of July, and basically you only have about 10 months and 20 days till the next prelims that is expected to happen on 24th of May 2026. So do you think 10 months 20 days is enough time for you to prepare for this exam without any guidance? The answer is no. To prepare for this exam, it is possible, but it is only possible when you have right guidance, when you have right material, you have right teaching and support, and all of this is provided to you under the resolution P2I batches. Now this 2026 batch is going to start from 7th of July, so you can still take admissions to these batches, and we also have batches for students who are looking to give exams later on in 2027 or 28. For example, this 2026 batch, the resolution P2I batch, it starts from as low as 9,999, and it has different options also for you. But you will get these rates only after you apply the code ATS Live. So especially for students who are looking to give exams next year, this is the last good chance for you to give yourself a sufficient time and also allow us to provide you right guidance, right teaching and right support so that you are able to clear this exam, make a good name for yourself, your family, and for us also, because you will be our student, right? Now to take admissions to one of these batches, what you need to do, just go to our website. This is the website. You will be needing to create an account here first. You can do so by simply entering your mobile number. There will be an OTP. Enter that. You will be logged in into our website. Once you're done with the logging in formality, click on all language option and select English. Why am I saying English? Because I understand many of you who are watching the video might not be well conversant in Hindi, or there is also a chance that Hindi is not your mother tongue. So for you guys, we are especially bringing an English batch where the teaching will be provided only in English. And as I have told you, we have many options like batches for 26, 27 and 28. To opt for 2026 batch, you need to click on this option. Right now it says 36,999 is the course fees, but you can get admissions to this batch at a significant discount by using the code that is coming on the bottom half of the screen that says ATS Live. Now that code will help you get discounts on not just this, but every course that is available on the website, including the optional courses, okay? To get discounts, click on Buy Now. Once you click on Buy Now, on the right, there's an option to add promo code. Select Add Promo Code, and on the left, write ATS Live, okay? Once you write ATS Live, click Apply. As soon as you click Apply, you will realize the discount of 7,000 rupees is now applied, and the Gold course is available at 9,999. Now Gold course will get you live classes and lecture notes, but other benefits of these programs are not available. These are available in Platinum as well as Diamond. Now in Diamond courses, which has a validity for almost 3 years, you will get all the benefits of our StudyIQ IAS platform. You not just get test series, live classes, recorded lectures, one-to-one mentorship, but you also get a scholarship. Suppose if you clear your prelims examination, the course fees that you're giving us right now, 29,999 for the Diamond batch, your entire course fees will be refunded, right? Your entire course fees will be refunded if you clear your prelims examination. And not just this, we are also helping you clear your prelims examination through Prelims Residential Program. If you're in the top 10% performing students in your batches, few months before the prelims, we'll call you to Delhi. Will put you in a competitive environment that help you promote and get excellent scores. We'll also take care of your food, studies, lodging related expenses, so you don't have to spend anything on it, right? Now, if you clear prelims, you understand you'll be provided with a full fees refund, and you'll also get a mains residential program where we also will help you clear the mains examination. And you know, after you clear mains examination, we'll help you with the interview guidance program. So all these benefits, they are available only with Diamond batch. So please make sure to take admissions. And right now you only have about 10 months to prepare diligently. So please hurry up also, right? And if you have any doubt, if you want any of your queries to be resolved, please feel free to call us on 9240231070. They'll help you out, and please do not forget them to let them know to use the code ATS Live, because it helps you save 7,000 of your or your parents' hard-earned money, right? Now, before ending this session, let's try to solve two questions. This is a question that appeared in 2025 prelims, and a similar question also appeared. So both of these questions, I expect each and every one of you to answer me in the comment section, and if you answer it correctly, I'll give your comments a thumbs up so that you'll know you've done it right. And once again, the notes of these sessions will be available on the Telegram channel ATS Live. Go and search it, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel and download the notes. We'll see each other again tomorrow. Please have a very good night.